This guitar is the latest custom shop creation, and is probably the most hated guitar on the internet right now. You got to see it in person. I design, the thing is, I'm fortunate enough to be endorsed by Ibanez, and that is, it was a dream come true of mine to have this kind of endorsement, because I always played Ibanez guitars, especially when the 7-string came out. I was wholeheartedly into them. And then to be given an opportunity to create any kind of guitar I wanted to. I see a lot of guys that have this opportunity come out of the custom shop with a black guitar with one knob and whatever else. And it's like, you can go to the store and buy that. I wanted to come up with something really unique that nobody else is going to have, that is going to be original. So that's why I come up with these kind of things. This guitar is the latest one. It's I love doing burst colors. So this color combination here, and usually I just ask the custom shop. I say, listen, this is what the idea I have. I was looking for like a new penny color in the middle, bursting out to a rust color, like a nice chocolatey brown, dark red mixed together kind of thing. And then that alone would have been really cool, and it turned out amazingly. But keeping with the style that I like to create with these guitars, I wanted to do something that was going to completely offset the guitar and just make it just completely left field. So then I said, let's put some stripes on it. And I picked these colors, blue, red, and green, because I always think they look really cool over brown. They've got a cool retro look to them. So that's why I wanted to, to do these shades on top of this. And it definitely worked. It's definitely an extreme look. It's definitely eye-catching and contrasting. It's, this guitar is, most people love it or they hate it. There really isn't any in between. For me, when I got it, on paper it sounded good. When I got it, I opened the case, and I really just had to look at it for a long time, because I was so taken aback by the custom shop's ability to take an idea and put it into reality. It was just absolutely amazing. And it did honestly take me a little while to get these stripes into my head and, be able to wrap my eyes around it. And now I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It's so cool to me. So that's the cosmetic side of things. I always like to do, unique things. As I was explaining with coming up with different cosmetic appeals with the different guitars that I've done with the custom shop, I like to come up with different woods, so that I have a full range of guitars that can give me, that run the full gamut of tones that I can achieve with these guitars. So I always try and do something different. I have basswood, alder, 2 swamp ash now. I've got a mahogany, and I think that's it. But they all have completely different sounds, and that's usually what I go for. I did 2 swamp ashes because the swamp ash is such a unique sounding guitar, and there aren't many 7-strings built that are swamp ash. I really only know of 2. But I also couple that with maple. Maple necks, to me, I've always, it's probably mostly a psychological thing, but it's always had a nicer sound and a nicer feel to me. So all my customs are done with maple necks, and the combination of the swamp ash and the maple, or the alder and the maple especially, they just have a great punch to them. They've got great presence, great detail, especially in the low end, which is important, to cover that 7-string. And the other thing is that I love the sound of the older Strats. They've just got a great sound, and that's what, I wanted to get something like that out of these guitars, and they definitely do a great job achieving that. So that's why I try and, get one of each. Next time I'll try cedar or something. For pickups in the guitar, again, I like to have something different with each guitar. And this particular guitar, this is it's always DiMarzio pickups that I use. This particular guitar has a D-Sonic 7, which is switched around so that this bar side of the pickup is on the inside, because I like a little bit of a warmer sound, and so the poles on the outside are going to produce that little bit of a warmer sound while still having an aggressive, edgy sound. It's a Blaze 7 single coil in the middle, and this is a Fred 7 in the neck. And this is the first guitar from DiMarzio's Resources. This is the first guitar that has a fret in the neck, and particularly a fret 7. This was made for Joe Satriani. He had a couple Ibanez 7 strings made for himself, and this was a leftover. And DiMarzio said, we got one left over. I said, I'll try it. Never heard it before, so let's throw it in. And it's quite a unique sounding guitar. The ash coupled with this stuff, you can get a ton of really punchy full sounding chords. For the neck, and some nice twangy kind of sound for the bridge, and anywhere in between. It sounds great. The necks on these guitars, I got an RG 2027 probably 6 or 7 years ago, and the neck on that was amazing to me. It was a rounder neck than a typical RG neck or Universe neck, which felt better in my hand. And we took that shape and we started, we made it actually a little thinner this way, and just a tiny bit thinner this way, and from front to back, and kind of created this custom shape for my guitars. And it's the same shape I've been using on almost, I think, on all the customs that we've done. Fret-wise, I started out with jumbos because that's what that's what all the stock guitars were coming with, and that's what I got used to. But I switched to mediums. They just had a nicer feel to me, and they just let me not put out as much effort in pushing the string down to the neck. So it just felt better to me to have smaller frets.